Welcome to Learn TV. Everybody is looking for the next big adventure. But have you ever thought about riding the world's most epic water slide? Imagine a water slide so enormous it stretches across a continent. That's the Nile River. It's the longest river in the world, a blue ribbon that's seen pyramids rise and pharaohs rule. The Nile is a living legend, giving life to deserts and building one of history's greatest civilizations. For centuries, people searched for its mysterious source, finally discovering it has not one, but two beginnings. These siblings joined to create a river with a personality all its own. So grab your explorer's hat. This isn't just geography, it's an epic adventure down a river that shaped the world. Let's set sail and follow the Nile from its mysterious start to its grand finale. Meet the Nile's two siblings, the White Nile and the Blue Nile. The White Nile starts in Lake Victoria, slow and steady, gliding through vast wetlands and providing a constant flow. The Blue Nile bursts from Lake Tana in Ethiopia, wild and energetic, racing down mountains and bringing rich, dark soil. The White Nile is the marathon runner, reliable and calm. The Blue Nile is the sprinter, shorter but powerful and dramatic, especially during the rainy season. Together, they're opposites, one steady, one explosive. Without both, the Nile wouldn't exist. The White Nile brings water, the Blue Nile brings nutrients. They're a perfect pair, about to meet and create something magical. Their meeting point is where the next chapter of our river story begins. Let's see what happens when these two rivers join forces. In Khartoum, Sudan, the White Nile and Blue Nile finally meet, a real-life river high five. You can see their different waters swirled together, merging into the mighty Nile. From here, the Nile becomes a single, powerful river, carving a green path through the Sahara. Egypt, almost all desert, depends on this thin ribbon of life. The Nile's green valley became the cradle of ancient civilization, all thanks to this epic team-up. The river faces rocky rapids called cataracts, natural speed bumps that shaped history and travel. But the Nile pushes on, carrying water and rich silt northward. This perfect mix is the secret sauce for Egypt's legendary growth. Next, let's see how this river of life transformed a desert into a kingdom. In ancient Egypt, the Nile was everything: clock, supermarket, and highway. Each year, the river flooded, bringing a gift-thick, dark silt from the Blue Nile's mountains. This mud was pure gold for farmers, making the land incredibly fertile. Thanks to the Nile's silt, Egyptians grew wheat, barley, and flax, feeding a civilization and freeing people to become builders, artists, and priests. The pyramids and temples, powered by river mud. The Nile was also Egypt's main road, connecting cities and moving everything from grain to giant stones. The river united the kingdom, earning the land its name, Kemet, the Black Land. The Nile's yearly gift of mud made Egypt thrive. Let's follow the river to its spectacular finish. Near the Mediterranean, the Nile slows and fans out into the Nile Delta, a giant green triangle on the map. Here, the river drops its last load of silt, creating some of the world's richest farmland. The delta is Egypt's agricultural heart, packed with people, crops, and wildlife. It's a paradise for birds and fishermen, a unique ecosystem where river meets sea. But the delta faces challenges. The Aswan Dam now traps much of the silt, causing the land to shrink and the coast to erode. The Nile's finale is beautiful but fragile, a reminder of nature's delicate balance. The river's journey ends here, but its impact lasts forever. Let's see what lessons this mighty river can teach us. The Nile's story is far from over. The Nile's greatest lesson? Teamwork! The White and Blue Niles are impressive alone, but together they're unstoppable. One brings steady water, the other brings power and nutrients. They complete each other. Ancient Egyptians learned from the river-building pyramids took thousands working together, each with a unique role. No one could do it alone. Teamwork made greatness possible. In life, combining different strengths lets us achieve the impossible. The Nile is a flowing reminder. We're stronger together. Next time you work in a group, remember the river's lesson. Collaboration is a superpower. The Nile also teaches us to adapt, go with the flow. Egyptians couldn't control the river, so they built their lives around its rhythm, using floods for farming and building. When the river changed, they changed with it, turning challenges into opportunities. Like a river finding a new path, they were flexible and creative. Life is unpredictable, but adapting helps us move forward. The Nile's journey through obstacles shows the power of resilience. When plans change, find a new way, just like the river. Being adaptable is a strength, not a weakness. Let's see what else the Nile can teach us. The Nile reminds us to respect our roots. Its strength comes from its sources, just like ours. Ancient Egyptians worshipped the river, knowing their lives depended on it. The Nile's muddy silt wasn't glamorous, but it was priceless. Sometimes the most valuable things are hidden. Hard work, like mud, helps us grow. The river connects countries and people, showing how everything is linked. We must care for our environment because our actions ripple far downstream. Be grateful for your sources of strength and value the mud that helps you succeed. The Nile's lesson: respect, gratitude, and connection. Our Nile adventure ends, but the world is full of amazing rivers, each with its own story. Maybe you'll explore the Amazon, the Yangtze, or a stream near your home. Every river is a lifeline, carrying water, life, and stories. Be curious. Ask where your local river comes from and what depends on it. Exploring rivers is like opening a new adventure every time. The Nile is just one chapter in the great book of rivers. Now it's your turn. Happy exploring, adventurers!